welcome to the Pearlie review. I'm PJ. I just want to wish everyone a happy new year as we close out the first week of the new year. What I hope for this year is for people to be more kind and more positivity and not freak out in the comment section about what people have covering their faces. Anyways, with that said, let's get into the review. Okay, I'm sorry, I like to make a correction with the previous episode, the title of the episode. This is why you don't record when you're tired. I said that the title was Boba Fett Holds Court. I mixed it up. That is the description of Chapter 1. The title is called Stranger in a Strange Land, Chapter 1, the previous episode, so I'm sorry about that. But this episode's title is The Tribe of Tatooine. Previous episode was 38 minutes. This is 52 minutes. And there are maybe some things we could have lived without in Chapter 2. We pick up where Fennec captures one of the sand ninjas and brings the one of the ninjas to Jabba's palace. Now it's Boba Fett's palace, and Fennec and Boba Fett interrogate the ninja. They get him to talk, and he blurts out that the mayor hired him to kill Boba Fett, and he works for this organization of assassins called Nightwind. So Boba Fett, the ninja, and Fennec head back to Mos Espa to confront the mayor, who looks interesting. And the mayor says, well, it wasn't me, I didn't do it. You need to go and check to the club with the Twi'lek, the creatures with the long horns, that some of them are dancers, who runs this club. And she's like, well, she's sweating bullets, and she tells Boba Fett, well, okay, this is what I know. Jabba the Hutt's family is coming, and you better watch out. So Boba Fett, and they killed off the ninja when they went to go see the mayor. So it's just now Boba Fett and Fennec. So they go outside and they confront Jabba the Hutt's cousins. You know what? They have bad CGI. It's like, Boba can't get a break. Why is life so hard on Tatooine? I hope Jabba the Hutt's cousins don't start licking on people. Jabba the Hutt's cousins threaten him, telling him this is our territory because our cousin was killed and you killed Bib Fortuna. Got it right this time. No, we inherit this land. It belongs to us, so you need to get out. You need to evict yourself out of our palace. So they parade off. Somehow we cut to Boba Fett in a bacta tank, and then he starts having visions of his past time with the Sand People. And for the most part, when we get to that point with the flashback scene, that's pretty much the entire, the rest of the episode. Boba Fett flashbacks to when I'd never thought I'd see this in any movie, let alone Star Wars. There is literally a train that does a drive-by, like a choo-choo train, but it's like a futuristic train that drove by and started shooting up the Sand People. There were some casualties, some Sand People got killed, injured. So Boba coordinates a plan to stop the drive-by train. He steals some speeder bikes for himself and the Sand people to be fast enough to catch up to the train, and eventually they take the people and the train down, and they get all the supplies that are on the train. They keep it for themselves. And the Sand people and Boba celebrate this victory, and they're grateful for him for teaching them how to ride the speeder bikes and helping them stop the drive-by train. And the leader of this particular tribe, they have a conversation of, like, kind of within the realm of, well, we haven't been perfect. There are many tribes of us. There are different pockets of us, and they're trying to cross the T's and dot their I's. And wink, wink, we're not the ones that kill Anakin's mom. We're the tribe that relies on surviving. Our other, relatives, other tribes, they survive on killing people. So, they're like, it wasn't us. And again, they're grateful for what Boba did for them. And it's bizarre. He has this like little container or something with the little tiny lizard. The lizard, he's like, the leader sand person gives Boba for a gift a lizard, and it crawls up Boba's nose. And then he has something with sand in it, I think it was, and the leader of the sand people does, and blows it with crack sand in Boba's face. And then Boba starts tripping. He's high, he's tripping, he's hallucinating, and somehow Boba wanders off in the desert and finds this big tree. And this tree, he's hallucinating that the tree is hanging on to him, trying to, rip his clothes off and stuff, and trying to attack him. And he starts having visions of when he was a little kid and what happened to his dad. And it's interesting but weird at the same time, kind of unnecessary. And okay, but and somehow after that whole night, he finds his way back, and he has, when that was happening to him, he broke off a tree branch from the magical crazy tree, and brought the tree branch to make his staff. So, his sand person staff, they help him make it. They teach him how to make it, and they come back and sort of completely accept him and give him their tribal robes. Like, you are now one of us. Okay. And they celebrate and dance, and that's the end of this episode. I'm not joking. They do dances with wolves. They dance around, and that's the end of this episode. This is what I got from that whole ending, or the whole flashback scene taking up for the most part of this episode. The symbolism of taking the branch from the magical crazy tree was, and I'm looking down how I chicken scratch what I thought of that whole scene. Like taking a piece of his painful past and learning to live with it, yet at the same time grow from it. Making what's painful, what is painful to you, and it's helping you make you stronger, I guess. That whole symbolism of him hallucinating, being attacked by the tree, but yet taking a branch from the tree and using it as his strength, the things that hurt him in the past. Overall, I'm conflicted about this episode. Here's the thing. We complain about sometimes in Star Wars, well, these characters just come out of nowhere. They're strong for no reason. Okay, I'm not going to get into it. And it's like, we don't spend that much time with them. There's no backstory to them. There are backstories, but it's usually in comic books and novels. Some of this stuff, it's interesting, but I feel like what it is I feel like maybe some of this, especially with him learning the ways of the Sand People, some of this, bits and pieces of him learning how to twirl the stick and fight with it defensively, some of that should have been in the first episode. I think that would have been more impactful rather than taking up so much of the second episode with a flashback scene. But I get them trying to make a message of just healing and the symbolism of the tree branch and all that, and him trying to heal from his past pain. It's like, it's interesting, but yet crazy enough unnecessary. I don't know. I say it because we get into the stuff with trying to find out who the assassins are, but then we don't come back to that or the Jabba the Hutt's cousins that came to threaten Boba. We don't get back to that. Here's the thing. Again, we complain about these characters not having layers, but that's why I'm trying not to get all. Well, I like what I'm seeing personally, but I get why some people are like, what is this? But at the same time, we all complain about we don't get to know these characters and they just come out of nowhere, you know, with guns blazing, being strong and powerful for no reason. You know what I mean? We're getting character development here, and we need to just, you know, bite the bullet and accept it. This is what character development is. Yeah, it's slow. I don't mind the slow pacing, but I mean, this is what we've been complaining about. And I mean, I get why some of the stuff is just unnecessary, especially in episode 2, but it needs to happen because there's a whole lot of stuff we didn't see, you know, what really happened to Boba and how did he survive after the whole Sarlacc pit thing. I'm interested in the stuff with the Sand People, but really unnecessary. I think this is one of these episodes. Once we get to 3, this is probably an episode you can probably skip, you know, once we get going with the other episodes. But I found it interesting. Is it the greatest one so far? I like episode 1 over this, but it's crazy. I just feel like some stuff from episode 2 should have already been in 1. Yeah. So, I mean, patience, guys. Patience, because a lot of people are like, this sucks. This is terrible. It was just interesting and weird. But I'd rather them take their time than to just not explain things with him, you know? I'd rather have this than what we have been getting in the past from Star Wars, because I didn't like the sequel series. If I had to choose, I'd choose Boba Fett over sequels. I'm sorry. I know I need to move on, but it is what it is. Please give a thumbs up if you liked my video. And what did you think about Chapter 2, the Book of Boba Fett? Did you like it? Did you not like it? I'm wondering what your thoughts are. Please comment below, and thank you for watching the Pearlie Review.